our fingers crossed it will be here maybe in the next couple of weeks, right? The Lord be with you.
And also with you.
Let us pray. Dear Heavenly Father,
We thank you for giving us learning, for helping us to grow, for gifts of joy and laughter, and especially for accepting us as your special children. Help us always to do our very best and fill us with your love so that we might become the people you want us to be. Show us that this is a special day and help us share many gifts with one another. Through Jesus Christ our Lord. Amen.
first grade. Will you lead us in song, please?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good job, first grade. Thank you. Kindergarten, I heard we had a visitor. Did somebody special come to your room? Did you guys want to go out? Tell us what happened. No way. Shall we? Here, let's get them tipsy in front. What did we find on our door?
What did we find on our door this morning?
Donuts.
And what else?
Who's that guy you have in your hand?
And why in the world did Zero the Hero come today?
Because they had zero, because he's a zero.
And why do we need him? What day of school is it today?
The 20th.
The 20th day.
He comes every day when there's a zero on each number.
When there's a zero at the end of the number, he comes. And what does he leave? Something that's what?
Candy.
Well, last time he left candy, but what does he leave? What's the shape that he leaves us? Something that's circle. Well, it's shaped like a what?
Zero.
Shaped like a zero. A zero's more like a what? Oval. It's a little bit longer and taller. So we had donuts left on our door. So we are so glad he's here. Because without zero, what day would today be? If you took the zero away. It would be the second day of school, and then we know it's not the second day of school. It's the 20th.
Well, enjoy. I'm coming to your room. What time does Zero the Hero?
We may have
I
extras.
know. Okay. Sounds good. LaShore, where are you? She has something to share this morning. Good morning. Good morning.
Ni hao.
Ni hao.
Jenny, who here has ever seen someone come out to get an honor book? Oh, good. There are lots. Who here has seen someone come out to get an honor book when it's not their birthday? A few more hands. Something for parents who are new to the school, we do honor books. It's not just birthday books. Honor books can be given at other times. In my years, because I also have a middle schooler now, we've seen honor books given when a family adopted a baby from Russia. We've seen honor books given when, actually several times in third grade, with famous Americans, when a child decided to be a famous American that the library didn't have a book on that person. Some books we donated for that. My own child, my fifth grader, who is named Carson, who is related to Kit Carson, did not have a choice on who she was going to be for a famous American. Donated several Kit Carson books to the library. But also there are other things that maybe in honor of a family member, a grandparent, or something that a child has become interested in and wants to share with the other students here at the school. We also, for some people who don't know, we have a slightly larger in Spanish, but we're developing a Chinese shelf also. So we have a Spanish shelf of Spanish books and a Chinese shelf. But we're growing the Chinese shelf, and I wanted to donate a couple books for the students that we have been watching on the smart boards and will be available for children to take out. I have in Mandarin, The Very Hungry Caterpillar, and Dear Sue, that I had ordered from, actually, I think Very Hungry Caterpillar had to come from England. bookshelves for children to take out whenever they want to get to see them.
How do we say Gary from this caterpillar in Mandarin?
Do you guys remember Mama Chong? Mama Chong.
That's the caterpillar. Okay, thank you. I knew it had a special word. And this morning, Mrs. Cummings is here, and Mrs. Jones are going to share a little bit about what happened Saturday.
If you came to the collection day at Fort DeSoto on Saturday, why don't you come on out? Blue team at Fort DeSoto on Saturday. Oh my goodness.
Did you go?
Yeah, we had
You
lots
went?
of folks.
Are you sure?
Yes, yes, we had over.
You're in pre-K, right?
30 different Canterbury families come. So, and a lot of those are Huck families.
Go
So
out
who
with
can say
I
some
didn't go
animals
out.
we caught and looked at and learned about? Let's see, go ahead. A crab.
A moon jelly.
Oh yeah, that's right. That one stung me just a little. So stay away from the jellyfish, right?
A cowfish.
A cowfish, yes. Fish eggs. Fish eggs, yeah, they look like little balls of jelly in the ocean, right?
Yes.
Eels? I don't remember seeing any eels, but maybe some fish that look like eels, maybe some pinfish. The seahorse, we did catch a seahorse. Yellow on their stomachs. Oh, the sand perch. The sand perch, yeah. Yeah, we have lots of different types of crabs. Blue crabs, hermit crabs, the burrfish. It looks like a blowfish or a pufferfish, but it's called a burrfish. Good job. Yes, lots of shrimp.
Is that what you were thinking
That what
about?
you were going to say? Okay. Did anyone else think of anything else? There was lots of stuff. Pipefish, yes. A giant red hermit crab, yeah, and some other snails and clams. So you guys did awesome, and everyone can see some of these animals upstairs in the science lab, or when you come visit me at the Cousteau Center for Marine Studies. We've got a lot of these animals so we can learn about them.
And we didn't keep everything. Why not? What? Just go ahead. Jack?
Because some of the things we thought would not be able to survive.
And one of those was the seahorse,
The
right?
seahorse.
We were all really excited with that.
Yes.
But that one and then the others, if we had too many of something, no point to take those, right? So what
Right.
did we do with them? We let them free, we released them, didn't we? And Mrs. Cummings and Mr. Murphy provided great information for us. After we did the collection, for those of you maybe for next time to come, after we did the collection, we all gathered around and we had like a little bit of instruction about the different things that we caught and what they, needed and where they lived the best and what they ate and all like that. So it was a really very informative time too. So put that on your calendar for next time. Did you have a good time with the collection thing? Yeah, me too. It's always a great one. And Miss Perry, she went for the first time last year and now she's been every time since then.
And Miss Perry, what did you touch for the very first time? A jellyfish, but not without professional recommendation. Mr. Murphy promised me that it didn't have any
Well, we
stingers.
found one that didn't have solid tentacles on it.
There weren't any tentacles, and I really am afraid of jellyfish, but I decided
Well, and you should be. I mean, we should be respectful.
I faced my fears and I trusted the person that was handing me the jellyfish, and I actually held it.
But thank you for coming out.
Thank
It was
you
a
guys
great
for
day.
coming.
And if anybody lost a pair of little blue sandals, we have them over there.
Spider-Man sandals, they're over there. And second grade came last week, so thank you, second grade. I hope you had fun. And Miss Perry, your class is coming.
Actually, my class.
Oh, Miss Bridges' class is coming. Okay, good.
I said the wrong one.
That's all right. We're looking forward to seeing you guys Wednesday. And thank you guys. So, good job.
Thank you.
Wonderful. It is so fun. Fort DeSoto is so beautiful. Now this morning we're going to do something a little bit different. Mr. Hall is with us, but he wants to share a little bit about our book that we're reading, and it ties in with our CAP lesson. So what I'd like for us us to do is if we can have pre-K4, if you guys would come and sit here. Can you all sit right here? Maybe on this line? Can you sit right here on this line right here? Yes, perfect. Perfect. All right. Good job.
I'll meet you.
All right. In kindergarten, if you guys will come and come behind them. Oh, you guys did a great job. Thank you so much. And look at everybody crisscross applesauce. This person, you got this. Mrs. Felder, thank you. Okay, kindergarten, can you fill in behind them? And then first grade, you all would come on up.
Walker.
Hands still up. Okay. Jack. All right. And then after first grade, second grade, if you can ease on up. Third grade, why don't you guys come and fill in like right here?
Is that better?
You guys sit like
You're
right
fine,
there,
baby.
Oh, okay.
in the round.
Got it?
Fourth grade, you all come
Okay.
right up here. And have seats.
Rose, say hi.
All right, everybody settle in nice and quiet. Okay, we have one announcement before I give it to Mr. Hall. So parents, this is basically for you, so I need you all to listen. Coach. All right. Go ahead, Dallas.
Last day for Pep Squad. Sign up.
Okay. And then I have it right here. If you didn't find it on the portal, I have it right here. You can just fill out your name and your child's name and the shirt size if you need it. It says see me after flag. This is for Pep Squad. And raise your hand if you've already signed up for the Pep Squad. Okay, we have some of the older girls, guys. All right, so be sure you sign up if you want to. Oh, Ms. Whiteman, when's the last day today? Today is the last day for Pep Squad. Second through fourth grade. Okay, well, Mr. Hall, welcome. Can we welcome Mr. Hall this morning?
Good morning, everyone. Who knows what a book club is? I know what a book club is. I bet some parents here are members of book clubs. Well, let me tell you this. I love to read, okay? But I'm not a member of a book club. All right? So today you're going to be my book club, okay? And what you do in a book club is obviously you read a book, and then you sit around, usually at someone's home, and you talk about this book, what you liked about it, what you didn't like. You make recommendations to your friends, and then you go find another book to read. So you gather and you do that. So today we're just going to have a little book club talk, okay? Now, obviously, I heard not everybody has finished this. You've got a couple more chapters maybe. I did read ahead, I'll have to admit that. But I want to tell you this. Last week I went up to Miss Garrison, and first of all, we need to thank Miss Garrison for picking out this book. This has been an excellent book and wonderful for us as a school to read. But I went up to her the other day, and I said, you know, I love this book, and it really taught a lot of lessons, but there was one character in this book that I was very impressed with. Who do you think the character that I was impressed with? Yes, sir? Harry, okay? Harry was pretty impressive, but there was one other one that I was more impressed with, just a little bit. Yes, ma'am? The cricket, okay? What was the cricket's name? Everybody.
Chester!
Okay, Chester the cricket. Now, we all know that Chester was very talented, correct? He could play music, and it was beautiful music. And I don't know many crickets that can play beautiful music, but Chester could do that. But there was something else that I was very impressed with Chester, okay? Not only his music ability, but there was a character trait he had that I was very impressed with. What do you think it was?
His honesty.
He's very honest. Now, that's not the word I'm looking for, but it falls in that category. Chester had to face two situations in the book that were very difficult for him. What do you think those two situations were? Yes, sir?
I think he's humble.
Say it again.
He's humble.
He was humble. Okay, but now what situation happened in the book that he had to face a tough decision? Yes, sir?
To retire. To retire and go back to his home.
Okay, to retire, that was at the end, but I'm looking more in the middle of the book.
When he ate the $2 bill.
Okay, he ate a $2 bill, or at least he ate half of it, didn't he? And he got real confused one morning and he ate the $2 bill. And what did his friends tell him to do about that $2 bill?
Tucker Mouse saved lighting now.
True. What else?
Him lighting the matches.
Okay, that's going to happen in just a minute. What did he do about the $2 bill? Go ahead, Nick. Yeah. Go ahead, Nick. He what? I was looking for. Harry and Tucker told him to do something else instead of stand up for what was right. Okay, now they're good friends of his, but they were kind of leading him astray. He had to make a tough decision. They were kind of leading him astray. But he decided to do what? What did he decide to do? He decided to do the right thing. He stayed there. Okay, he stayed there and he admitted his guilt and he was accountable for it. Okay, now there's one more situation, and then we're going to get to the lesson here. There's one more situation that he had to face later in the book. What else? Somebody mentioned it. It had to do with matches. What happened with those matches? Yes, ma'am. What did his friend Tucker do that caused a problem in the newsstand? It caught on fire. Tucker was dancing, wasn't he? And it caught on fire. Okay, now what did they want to do? They all wanted to run and not get caught. Okay, even Harry and Tucker said, you need to leave. You don't need to stay here. You need to leave. What did Chester do? He stayed. Okay, he stayed. He knew the right thing to do was to stay there. And again, he may not have been fully guilty, but he was partially guilty. He wanted to face his friends and say he knew what happened and he was admitting his guilt there. Okay? Now, let me tell you something. This is very hard to do. It's very hard sometimes to make this decision when you can easily run or do other things. Okay? Now, there's a word. This is what y'all talked about yesterday. There's a word in our honor code that I thought about when I was reading this book. Okay? And it's a very tough word. Y'all have learned it before, but it's a very tough word. Now, hold on. I want you to think for a minute. Everybody think to yourself. Don't yell it out. We're going to go through, and we're going to listen real quick to the first two verses of our honor code. Okay? And she's going to sing them very silently, okay, or very quietly, and she's going to leave out a word, and I want to see if you know what the word is. Yes, ma'am.
You know, this honor code was put together by Canterbury students. Before any of you were born, about 10 years ago, we had a committee. High school students, middle school students, elementary students. They put this honor code together. They typed it out, they gave it to all the teachers. And with the idea, we must teach it to all the children. I said, oh my goodness, I can't teach 4-year-olds all these words. Mrs. Daly's music mind got together and said, we're going to put it to a song. So I made up a song, and this is what we sing every morning. Now I'm going to sing the first part of it. Don't sing with me. Just listen and see if you know what I leave out. As a member of the Canterbury family, I pledge to uphold my personal
Integrity. Very good. Thank you for singing, Miss Daly, so I didn't have to do that. The word integrity, that is a very tough word. Okay? Very tough word, but it means to have good character and strong moral principles. That means standing up for what you believe in and not let anybody tell you different. Okay? Our friend Chester, the cricket, has integrity. Okay? So here's what I want you to do. Here's our lesson for today. The next time you face a difficult decision, okay, and sometimes your friends might want to pull you one way or another, and you face a tough decision, I want you to think of two things. I want you to think of this honor code song and the word integrity. Okay, it's a tough word, but I want you to think of that word. And the second thing I want you to think of is stop for a minute and go, what would Chester the cricket do here? What would Chester the cricket do? What decision would he make in this situation? And that'll help you every time you face a difficult decision. Okay? We got it? Everybody enjoying the book? Okay, you guys have been great listeners. I hope you have a wonderful day. Now let's do this. Let's stand up and let's sing that honor code and think about that word integrity, okay? Thank you for listening. Miss Daly.
Member of the Canterbury family, I pledge to uphold my personal integrity, promote equality and be respectful and considerate. I will be honest and sincere, facing each day with a positive attitude.
Go in peace to love and serve the Lord.
Thanks be to God.